Salutations, dear viewers. I'm in London, outside the house where Muhammad Ali Jinnah lived in 1895. There you can see it, number 35, Russell Road. So he was born in Karachi, as you might know, and he grew up speaking Sindhi. He soon mastered English, and his father was a prosperous merchant. He came here to London at the age of 18 to study law with a view to being called to the bar of England and Wales, and he was indeed called to the bar. He did not attend university. It was not a requirement that barristers have a degree until about the 1960s, although most of them had degrees long before that. But Jinnah was an exception. So whilst he was here, he was married by proxy to a young woman whom he'd never met. Unfortunately, she expired before he returned to what was then India. So his legal practice flourished in what was then Bombay, now Mumbai. Just in case you don't know, Muhammad Ali Jinnah is best known as the founder of Pakistan. One of the most revealing biographies of him is by the American historian Stanley Wolpert, and he said that not many people change the course of history, very few create a new country, and Jinnah did both those things. So Jinnah was a Shia Muslim, which didn't seem to matter very much in those days. Sunnis in South Asia didn't seem to have much anti-Shia animus at the time, though a few Sunni extremists in Pakistan would not like to be reminded that the Quaid-e-Azam, the leader of the people, the leader of the nation, is that right? The great leader, was of the other denomination. So, as you may know, he was part of the Indian National Congress, that political party, but he felt this was too Hindu-dominated and they did not give sufficient account to Muslim concerns, which is why he helped to found the Muslim League in 1905. First of all, it was a subsection of Congress, then it split from Congress, and he agitated for separate constituencies for the Muslim community to have seats set aside for itself in various provincial legislatures. One of the tendentious issues of the day, around about 1995, was the partition of Bengal, which prefigured the partition of India by about 40 years. Should Bengal be split into East and West, the East to be a Muslim majority area and the West to be a Hindu majority area? And most Hindus were fiercely opposed to the vivisection of Bengal as they saw it, and most Muslims were adamant that Bengal ought to be divided. So the British administration of India was in a quandary, was minded to divide it, and then was under great pressure, reversed that decision, so they'd hacked off both communities. And the Hindus were in a slight majority in Bengal as a whole. Anyway, that's Muhammad Ali Jinnah, not very politically active until the 1920s. By then he became the undisputed master of the Muslim League. The name Pakistan was invented, in fact, in Cambridge, only about 1930. So Allama Muhammad Iqbal, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali and others were some of the luminaries of the Pakistan movement. And you may know of the Lahore Declaration of 1940. It's often erroneously described as the Pakistan Declaration. It does not include the word Pakistan in it at all. But this was the moment when Muhammad Ali Jinnah said, we don't just want special consideration for the Muslim community in India, we want a separate sovereign state. Absolutely separate. It's not to be a set of distinct provinces within India, it is to be a new nation. And so that was made clear in the northeast and the northwest of India. And again, it wasn't crystal clear whether these were to be united or two separate countries. And Jinnah had to clarify that in the press conference. The two are to be united, East Pakistan and West Pakistan. Though, as we know, they did not last long together. Well, that's enough from the house of Muhammad Ali Jinnah here in London. Unfortunately, it's not open to the public.